perspective. Well, I ain't even gonna say read it literal. You ain't even gotta read it literal. Just read what it is. Just read what the book
Right.
is
Read
telling
it for
you.
what it is.
If you just
Right.
read what the book is telling you word for word and you don't put in your own whatever you trying to get out, oh, this is what he meant. This is what he meant. First of all, you didn't have to met this nigga to understand what he meant, to ask him the question of what he actually meant, nor have you met the person who wrote this to understand if he put his own 2 cents in it or not.
We ain't asking no questions, bro.
Nobody. That's what I said earlier. Everybody wants to talk about stuff, but they never want to talk about the stuff that they're talking about.
Yeah, bro. You gotta ask questions, bro. Like, you want to go down a dark ass road? Like,
Yes, they do.
nah,
They do.
you can't do that, bro.
Allah,
Like, that
Allah.
makes
Look,
you the fool.
Cal, listen to this right here. Then we gonna move on.
Mm-hmm.
Allah, not God. Allah. This nigga. This nigga go say that at one point in time, it was all one religion. We all believed in the same thing, where humans all believe in the same thing, one religion, until the word of God came from the heavens, and then everybody started questioning what it was. That's when sin started. When the word of God, what Allah is telling you, came in literature form, that's when sinning started to happen more so. So I'm like, you mean to tell me that you got people blindly following you, and when the word of what you're telling them come down from the heavens from which you dwell in, that's when they start sinning more? Or is it the fact that these niggas are thinking about what it is that they're doing? Because the religion tells you to blindly follow. Not if you think about what it is that you're following, yeah, that's a sin now. Because you ain't supposed to think. You're supposed to just do. Because no matter how morally wrong you think it's doing or it is, Allah/God is telling you to do it. Therefore, it is good.
Right.
People are people are subconsciously willing to be oblivious. And I say subconsciously willing, which is basically another word. I just broke it down in that way, which is basically brainwashing. You brainwash somebody into believe that they're making the choice to do something.
Right.
So these people are subconsciously willing to be oblivious. And to me, that's freaking evil as heck. People are just blindfoldedly walking around, sniping, killing folks, smiting people because Allah said so. And now I'm like, well,
Right.
now that I'm thinking about what I'm doing, I think this might be something bad I might be doing. Like, I don't want to be a murderer, but Allah/God is making me out to be this freaking murderer because I got to slay somebody for this nigga.
Mm. Yeah, all this stuff, man. I look at it like it might be initially. It might initially been crafted to control people or to control situations or to control, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
think,
absolutely, absolutely.
you know, it's like when you have I think some of the stuff, not in the Bible, but I think the idea of it exists, but a lot of the truths and details of it, you know what I'm saying, is,
Yeah,
is out of whack. But I
yeah.
think the idea of God, this is me talking. I think God exists. But the way that, the stuff that they talking about and,
Yeah, I think a entity that the concept of what a god is, I think an entity of sort may exist because something had to happen in order for something to be something.
right.
Like it's another question. Somebody has said,
And I just don't believe that shit happen out of nowhere.
and that's what I'm about to get to because somebody was like,
I'm
somebody
talking
had,
about the Big Bang Theory.
oh yeah, yeah, I know. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
speak on too right now because somebody had was I was watching the video. You know how people say something like you mean to say blah 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 about blah blah blah? Come on now. Somebody has said something like that and used the term and used the words. You mean to tell me that something came from nothing? Come on now. And I'm like, I thought about that. It's like, well, it's either one or the two. Something came from nothing that produced something, or nothing came from something that produced something. Because if you want to go deep, 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 or think that you're going deep, 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 whoever created us had to have a creator themselves, and further back and further back and further back.
I mean, that's what we think because that, logically speaking, it just makes sense.
Exactly. Exactly. So nothing did come from something, or something did come from nothing. One or the other.
Yeah. 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 Right.
These people wanted this, but to ease people's conscience, they 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 choose to want to believe this. It's not that they believe in this per se. They choose to want to believe in this because of the fear of not believing in it. More so, they fear not believing in it because it's like, if I don't believe in
they
it,
think they're gonna get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. If it turns out to be true, then I'm stuck in whatever type of whatever. But if you actually do, if you want to go with that route or that reasoning, then you're still going to have the end result of not believing in it, because you're supposed to willingly, truthfully believe in it, not believe in it just because.
Right. Yep.
So the results are the same thing. So again, niggas and niggettes, why do you choose to believe in this? We got a comment on a whatever talk, and this is this not from the person, but this person commented on another person who was supposed. Oh no, this person is supposed to join us. But anywho, in the future, but she just said whatever she think about it. I ain't gonna say supposed to, but her name is I'm just gonna go with Guyot, Guyot. I'm just saying the first name. Had it was a thread about depression, and somebody wanted to have a conversation about depression, and I asked her, like, would you be okay to have somebody on who doesn't think that it may be a real thing? She was like, oh, hey, that's another perspective on it. So I was like, cool. Sent her the episode. Hey, here's something to listen to see, to get where I'm coming from for the most part. Somebody had listened to it, and she was like, this Guyot, her last name, has stated, just got to 24 minutes in, shaking my head, LOL. I'm like, excuse me, sir? Yeah, I got a question and something to say.
So, but she ain't put it on there though.
Yeah, she asked me, have you ever been to therapy? Wonder if these opinions are coming from your experience of therapy and not only assumption. I am enjoying listening though. Y'all funny to me right now.
She said y'all, like I'm saying everything you saying is just I have my own opinions too.
I like that it's a natural flow of regular convo and not a stiff interview type with staged and pre-planned talk.
Oh no, never that.
Yeah, that's the premise of whatever. So I got my bullet points of what I want to talk about, but everything else is freestyle. This is genuine conversation happening here.
I definitely want that person to come on, man. I need to, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Go
I
ahead.
just
I'm
want to. I
sorry,
want to
man.
hear what she. I just want to hear what she's talking about. For real.
Yeah, man. I was hoping that she was gonna come through, but again, I ain't about to beg nobody to be a part of the show. If you don't want to talk, hey, I
He said, "My
understand.
name ain't Keith. My name is not Keith Sweat."
I understand. I understand the uncomfortableness of conversation, but it's only uncomfortable because you. That's like the best way I can put it. You feel a certain
Right.
way about something, and you don't necessarily don't want to talk about it. I just think that the uncomfortableness makes you think that you don't want to relive something. But I'm like, in my head, that reasoning is just an excuse to me because you're reliving it every time you think about not thinking about it.
Right.
Like, so just do something different and actually talk about it. Cause if you go to this thing called therapy that we talk about, unless you're not telling them niggas the truth, you're reliving it in the most wildest way anyway.
Either way, I would
Either
say.
exactly, either way it go, you're going to relive it. So how about you relive it with some understanding of what you think it may be about, versus just, oh, I'm just uncomfortable. I'm just too uncomfortable. Well, okay, well, be uncomfortable. Just remember, I'm not in control of your triggers. Just
Right.
remember that. Nor is anybody else is control of your triggers. Even
Nope.
your most closest person to you is not in control of your triggers.
Hell no.
So there, keep that in the back of your head, people who may listen to this. No one is in control of your triggers but you.
Yep.
The saying, "oh, that's a personal problem," literally falls on that statement alone. That is a personal problem. Your triggers is a personal
Right.
problem. Ain't got
Definitely.
time for that. Ain't got time for that. But
Right.
I guess we can get on out here because it was something that well, let's try this real quick to see how far we get.
All right.
Let's see how far we
All
get.
right.
It may be have to be a part two before we have to cut out of here. We gotta go.
All
But
right.
I was thinking about is is there love about doing anything that you like to do anymore? Like, is there genuine passion of love about doing anything that you like to do? Like, let's use whatever talk in music where I got this from, the idea came from. Whatever talk, it's my passion. You know, you you say you like doing it, but it's my passion. Like, if you wasn't
Mm.
around, whatever talk would still do its thing because
Right.
it's my passion.
Right.
We were monetized like when the first, I want to say, first, shoot, just under 100 episodes. I want to say somewhere in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
or late 60s. We were monetized on Anchor, but I cut it off. I cut it off. And that was because when we had, if you remember, Aaron, more on this later show that he does. We're I think it's more on this later or something like that. Anywho, he had asked the question, "Do you love something this so much that you would do it without getting paid?" And I was like, "Well, dang, I never thought about that before." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, this whatever talk, like
Right.
that's how much I like it." So I cut the monetization off.
Oh,
Based on,
so you,
oh,
like,
it's more
and
to
I'm
it though. Go
thinking,
ahead.
okay, and I'm thinking that the way he's asking it is if you couldn't be paid for it, like, you know what I'm saying, like,
Yeah,
not like, oh, I'm being paid for it, man. You right. Let me turn that shit off.
exactly. Yes, that's exactly what he meant by it. That's exactly what I meant by it. That's why I said there's more to it.
You mean the first thing I said?
Yeah, what you said. Yeah, the first thing. If
Right.
you
Okay.
couldn't
Cool.
get paid for it, would you
Right.
still do this if you couldn't get paid for it?
Right.
But
Right.
he didn't, he asked it in the way that I think I said it. I don't think he used what you just said. But I understood
Okay.
what he meant though. I understood what he